Two reaching curves. And he felt splendid, ladies. I predict that our Death Star display will be the highlight of the race through social. All right, gentlemen, if you're ready. And ladies, remember, don't make me tell you again. Always keep your face to the audience. All right, Mr. Dublin.
It's you in the sunrise. It's you in my car. It's you on the way into town. It's your sweet hello, dear, that sets me up. And it's your got to go, dear, that gets me down. It's you on my pillow in all of my dreams, till once more the morning breaks through. Words could be saner or truer or plainer than it's you. It's you. Yes, it's you. Oh, yes, it's you. Kids, Mrs. Shea will have my head.
Mr. Washburn, we're entitled to 5 more minutes.
Well, if you can keep these kids back, be my guest. Well, start her up, Mr. Washburn. Where do you see the new moves the professor taught us? All right. What'll it be? The shaboopy. Now, one little kiss on the way from stage is usually a hussy. And a little kiss on the second time out is anything but fussy. But a little wait till the third time around.
understand.
Well, you can't. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I read that book from cover to cover and didn't find a darn thing.
Mr. Mayor, if you please.
I'll settle your hash once I get these premises off my oldest girl. Yes!
All right, but I want you to know, in the meantime, I'm vouching for Tommy Gilas. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. Well, you'll be standing in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays in its first concert.
Mr. Hill, by the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members would have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of their broken legs from tripping over their own beards. Now, I'll tell you what, my fine young feather, my feathered young... Never mind! Albert, J.C., Ewart, pull in! Men, I want his papers, and I want him tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slippier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
You mean you want to see his credentials?
I want his papers, or I want him in jail. I couldn't be any plainer if I was a butt hook in the well water.
Professor Hill, I think the mayor has behaved abominably, and I think it was wonderful of you coming to Tommy's defense.
Oh, that was nothing.
Yes, it was.
Oh no, a man can't dodge the issue every time there's a little personal risk involved. What does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths. The brave man only 500. But of course, the mayor was pretty upset on account of his pool table. Now, well, I guess a recommendation from a musical authority such as yourself would help. But I couldn't think of asking you to do such a thing.
Why, Professor Hill?
You would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a bit more informed. I've been wanting to ask you about Winthrop's cornet.
Miss Cornett? Mother of pearl keys.
Yes, I'm sure it's fine. But you see, he never touches it. Oh, the first week or so, he made a few, experimental blats, I guess you'd say.
Yes, blats.
And he sings the minuet in G, almost constantly.
La-di-da-di-da, di-da-di-da.
Yes, but he never touches the cornet.
Well, you see.
He says you told him it wasn't necessary.
Well,
He tells me about some think system. That if you think the minuet in G, you don't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor.
now, Miss Marion, the think system is a revolutionary method, I'll admit. But so is Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's conception of the egg, globe, Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. Now, I cannot discuss these things in public, but if you'd allow me to call, when may I call?
Why, any night this week.
Sorry, Professor, but we got our orders. We're going to need those academic certificates.
Yes. I've heard all you men been deputized, that right?
Right here. All the deputized.
Ooh, congratulations. Well, I've been trying to get you men my papers and recommendations this entire past week, but you keep on getting off the subject somehow. Now, just what you need over at the hotel. Give me a
Sorry.
second.
Afraid we'd have to go with you.
Of course. But let's see if I have my key. What's this? female bassoon player ever to grace the Red Path circuit. Her stage name, of course, she was Moline, Live Rose Quackenbush.
Could I see that for a minute?
Oh, you'll never forget the name. Light Rose, same as the old song. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, to get the sun back in the sky. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bells chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question.
there's time for that later.
Shins live around here somewhere?
The Shins live on West Elm. This is East Elm.
Oh, criminy! I see you're the piano teacher in town.
Yes?
Well, you must know about the spell Hillborn Boys Band here.
Yes?
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling too big, Timberrigger. That's why I got to see Shane. No rate only makes a 15-minute water stop. Sure wish it was 20. Would sure like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cowell, Anvil salesman. But just now I'll protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from that swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake my old lady's corset cover. That fellow's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth for long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me, and he's not going to spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you? Didn't see right through him? He's no more a professor than.
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director, and his scholastic
Fine director? Have you heard any note of music from any band aids?
Well, no, but
No, but nothing, girly girl. He ain't never formed a band. He never will form any band.
if you'll just listen to me for a minute.
I'd like to. I'd like to do more than that. If I had the time, I sure got the inclination. But I got to get back to training people working with someone on the way to the depot. Bye, girly girl.
Just a minute, Mr. Cowell. You don't, know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
Well, no.
That's well. I need more time anyways.
I mean, as well as I'd like to.
No problem there, girly girl.
I, never met a man who sells anvils before.
Takes a real salesman, I assure you that. What am I doing? I miss that train, I get fired. I gotta leave word to someone on the way.
Leave word with me.
Not on your team type. How do I know you'll deliver?
Try me.
Now you don't deal little. Who do you think you're protecting? That guy's got a girl in every county and he's taken away from every one of them. That's 102 counties, not counting girls who close up to keep their mouths shut. Bye, girly girl.
Marian! 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 What are you touching to just? Why, Mr. Hill?
Good evening to you, Mrs. Brew. Miss Marion.
You and Marian come up and said that I got some jelly on the stove, but there's no jelly on the stove, Mama. Oh, well, I'll put some on.
Shall we set as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
did I? I didn't mean anything.
Now, Miss Marion, I'm not suggesting that your invitation inferred anything but academic enlightenment. The thing system? I've been by your house a couple times this week to explain it, but there's always been people around. Mostly ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the ladies.
Good. Wouldn't want anybody beating my time. No, ma'am. Well, it is evidently not a convenient night. I'll meet you at the social bowl.
Professor Hill, is it true that you've had 100? What I'm trying to say is,
Yes?
is it true that you've really developed a think system?
A what? A think system? Oh, a think system. Yes, it's really quite simple. As simple as whistling. No one has to show you how to whistle. You just have to think the tune to have it come out clearly here. Now try this before asking any questions.
I'll take your word.
Could we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers.
I dare say you've made dozens, maybe even 100.
Well,
Have they all been as fascinated as I have with the think system?
some more, some less. There's actually this one young lady who had thought up the same system before I came to town. Showed me a few refinements.
I see.
Have I said something wrong?
Don't waste your time with me, Professor Hill. I'm sure you have many more important things to do than explain the think system to me.
Can't think of one.
And I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One does hear rumors of traveling salesmen.
Now, Miss Marion, one also hears rumors of librarians.
I'm sure you're referring to Uncle Matty,
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job so that Mother, Winthrop, and I could have some security. Surely you don't
Oh,
believe...
no! That's exactly what I'm saying. And why do you think people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness. Jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
And it's rumors of traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, nothing personally, just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Oh, just that. But of course it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to, take you for instance. Your attentions to customers and, well, teachers might be misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, now honestly, mightn't they?
Why?
And so you say another salesman or someone were to be jealous. Well, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Why, of course they could.
Just goes to show that you should never believe everything you hear. I mean, if you discuss things...
Oh, Miss Marion, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you. But couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit your knees bent and all?
Well, I guess you could sit on the porch steps.
Or we could sit on a large hollowed-out log over at the footbridge.
Oh, I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
I have to dress for the sociable.
Then meet me there in 15 minutes.
I can't. I just can't. Maybe another time. Maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian, pile up enough tomorrows, and you'll find you have nothing left but a lot of empty yesterdays. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd sure like to make today worth remembering.
Oh, so would I.
The footbridge, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! What? I just told Professor Hill that I would meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes. Glory be, in the sense we praise them. It works! Who does? I've been using the new system on you from the parlor.
Hey, Greg, uniforms are live. The kids are already in them. Those people are going to be screaming for music at those sociable.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's most of the dough. I got Tommy to collect it. He's trying to keep the kids together at least by, holding a practice by the footbridge. Excuse me.
All right.
Yeah.
Get the ring.
I got it.
What time does the freight leave?
9:40 from the junction.
Well, it's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, if you want to turn a whirl around here and get yourself caught in a bunny trap, be my guest.
Listen, I'll meet you at the hotel in plenty of time. Now go get the ring. Miss Marion, you're late.
Well, you said 15 minutes.
Well, I'd say you're about 26 years late. It took you all this time to get to the footbridge with the fella.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I guess I'm not the first to find it easier to think clearly when I'm under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now surely, Miss Marion, you don't think I've been selling you anything?
Oh no, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
I don't recall giving you anything.
Oh yes, you have. Something beautiful. And I'm glad. Oh, don't be afraid that I expect too much more. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. There have been many ports of call, and there will be many others. That's no reason for me not to be grateful for what you've left behind for me.
Marion, didn't know I was going to be able to leave tonight. I had to keep her off balance. I told you I had to keep her off balance.
Well, she's so off balance now you can't talk about a catboat in a hurricane.
Listen up, Buster Brown. I've risen up through the ranks on this skirmish, and I'm not about to leave without my commission.
But Greg, you can't get away right now. I mean, not right here on the footbridge.
There's a place over at Madison Park. Makes this footbridge look like an old lady's home. Now beat it. Never a slow moment in the music business. Now where were we?
You're about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Oh, yes, well, we don't have to go into that right now, do we?
Or ever, for that matter. The librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately, but she did plenty when you first came here.
Oh, what about?
Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music, gold medal class of '05. Harold, there was no Gary Conservatory in '05.
Why, certainly there was.
Because the town wasn't built till '06.
How long have you known?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came here. I tore this out of the Indiana Journal. It was originally intended to be used against you, but now I give it to you, with all my heart.
But if you knew all this time, why didn't you? Why, you little... Well, 110 cornets blazed away. Then I modestly took my place as the point and only base, and I oom-bawed up and down the square.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love.
Well, 110 cornets filled the air.
Our starry shining is brightest night.
There were horns of every shape and sweet dreams, be yours, dear, if dreams there be.
Well, 110 cornets play the
I wish I may, and I wish I might. Now good night, my someone, good night.
Two Grecian urns. And you found
Stop everything and listen to this man!
Why, you gullible little rascals? Why can't you get it through your eyes? You're getting swindled right over your head this very moment. I'm talking about road agent, highwayman, pickpocket. Pickpocket? Same thing. Ever since he's been in this town, he's had his hand in your pocket, lady. And yours, madam. And yours too, mister. There's never been a ban, and there never will be a ban. And if you don't hunt him down right now like a mad dog, there won't be a Harold for later. We'll get us out on the next train.
Now will you believe me?
Well, what are we waiting for? I want my money back.
Money back? I want his hide.
Don't just stand there. Get after him. And when you find him, bring him to the schoolyard. After him.
I've been looking all over for you.
Harold, I've been looking for Winthrop. He's run away. Now go, Harold, please. They're even talking about tar and feathers.
I had to see you, Marion.
You don't owe me a word. Not a single word. Don't you know that? Now go, please.
Wait here. He's not anywhere over here. Let's check down by the creek.
Winthrop!
Listen here, son.
I'm not your son. Leave me go.
I need to talk to you for a minute.
Why? You wouldn't tell me the truth anyways.
Now I'm bigger than you, and you're going to stand here and take it all, so you might as well quit wiggling. There's two things you're entitled to know. You're a great kid. Thought so from the start. That's why I wanted you in the band, so you quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's going to be a band, kid.
And what's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, now that I think of it, the other thing isn't any of your business.
I wish you'd never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe everything he ever said.
What he promised us.
I know what he promised us. And it all happened just the way he said it would. The lights, the flags, the colors, and the symbols.
Where was all that?
In the way every kid walked around this town all summer and looked and acted, especially you, the parents too. Do you think Mother wishes he'd never come to River City?
But you do.
No, Winthrop, I don't. Now go, Harold, please.
Come on, Professor, this way, this way.
I can't leave, Winthrop,
Why not?
because for the first time in my life, I finally got my foot caught in the door.
Ashamed of all
And then we also have a boatload of thank you cards for a bunch of, should I list everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, okay. Dawn, she provided costumes.